Well, hello everyone. My name is Sandy Cox. I'm the mayor of Lakeway, and I normally do my State of the Lakeway address every quarter. And unfortunately, this time I'm not going to be there in person. I had a personal matter come up to that I had to attend to, and so I still wanted to come out to our community and tell you all these great important things that are going on. So first and foremost, let me talk about transportation. Forever and ever, we know this is a top issue in our area, and I want to let you know that we are diligently working on this issue. We have a transportation steering committee that is working with a consultant right now to model the traffic patterns in our area, and they have been going out to the community, gathering information, and are at the point where we are going to have our open house on the 29th of this month. And they really want to hear your feedback on what are some of the areas in our community that are troubling, where we might need some help, whether it's golf carts, bikes, walking, or our typical transportation needs like vehicles. And so please come out and interact with that community and our consultant on the 29th so that we can get your feedback, because that's really important to us. That committee in the next couple of months is going to be taking all that feedback plus data that the consultant is creating to understand where our biggest trouble spots are, what the costs would be to improve them, and then present it to City Council with some recommended actions. And so again, we would love for you to be very engaged in this process. Second on my list is comprehensive plan. We've been talking about this for almost 18 months, and we are coming down to the end of it. We have a joint session with the Zoning and Planning Committee as well as City Council and the Comprehensive Planning Committee to review the vision and the goals that they have come up with and to look at some of the policy decisions that we're going to need to make as we plan for the next 20 years of Lakeway. We have our first joint session that we will review that on November 12th, and it'll be in the morning. It'll probably be a couple-hour session. So we encourage you to participate and listen to where we're headed for the future on our comprehensive plan. Some of the big topics that we will talk about will be our future land use and what does it mean from an economic development standpoint and so forth. So please come out there. Third on my list I'd like to talk to you about is wildlife. We've again been talking about this for over a year, and our committee that has been working on this topic for a while is coming out with open houses as well. I think you're going to get open house to death here, but we really again want to be engaged in the community and want to hear your thoughts. They'll be out on November 14th and November 15th, and the whole point is to educate the community on the different ways that we can manage our herd here in Lakeway, and very specifically about the deer. They're also concerned about other wildlife, and I would encourage you that if you have issues with other wildlife, to reach out to the committee and the city to give us your examples of the issues that you see in your neighborhood. But we really, at these two open houses, want to get your thoughts and your feedback about wildlife management and for you to get educated on what are the options that are out there. So again, November 14th and 15th on that. And then last but not least, the city has been engaged in a lot of great community events in the last couple of months as well as coming forward. And we had a fantastic heritage tour that occurred a couple weeks back. And one of the gems of that tour was that we received a donation from a long-term resident of Lakeway of the wares that would go into Liebelt Cabin. It was right there in her cabin that she lived in for so many years that she donated to us at City Hall and was even singing songs with us as that tour went on. And so I hope you were able to experience that tour. It was a great way to get to know the history of Lakeway, and a lot of thanks goes out to the Heritage Committee for receiving those donations, putting that tour on, and all the time that they put into making that a successful event. We've had some other donations that have come to the city, and we've been very thankful. The game statue was donated by some residents, and if you want to go see it, it's at the Justice Center, right on Lomans, and it's right by the creek there, and It's a really beautiful spot and a wonderful donation that we received. We also had the unveiling of George Bloomy's monument at City Park about a week ago. It's right on the edge of the cliff, and you can see a wonderful dedication to him. He was one of the godfathers of our community with the parks, and unfortunately he passed on way too soon, but we wanted to thank him for all that he had done for our community. But looking forward, we have a couple events that I wanted to highlight for you, because this is one of the times that the city shines, and it's the holiday season, and we really enjoy getting out in the community and bringing the community in and celebrating these holidays. And one of the first ones coming up is a night with the city orchestra. And this is our arts committee that has put this on and worked with our high school band. And we're very blessed that I think it's about 20 of our students are going to be playing with the Austin Symphony Orchestra. And it's going to be right here in Lakeway. We're having it at the Performing Arts Center at the high school. And tickets are on sale. You can go out to our website and you can see how to get those tickets. But we really want the community to come out and celebrate this partnership, because it is a rare opportunity that our students could be playing with a professional orchestra, but on the flip side, that the orchestra is coming to us. Most of the time we have to go downtown to hear them, and they're absolutely fabulous, and we're very pleased to have this partnership. And last but not least is our lights on. Normally we do this after Thanksgiving, but because of the way Thanksgiving fell this year, we actually are going to have that celebration before Thanksgiving so that you can enjoy it with your family and friends that are coming for those holidays. So November 22nd is the Lights On celebration. If you haven't been to one before, it's a fabulous time to bring the kids out. I will tell you, we have the best Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus in all of Texas. And guess what? They're Lakeway residents. And so we're very, very fortunate that the Witts have done this for many, many, many years for us. I remember when my daughter, who was very, very young, sat on their laps, and she's now in college. And so it's a great Lakeway tradition. We've even extended our trails this year to be able to add more lights and a longer path. And so you're going to see us turn that on, great celebration on the 22nd, and it'll go through the beginning of the new year. So please come out and celebrate. There's other holiday festivities. We always have breakfast with Santa and so forth that you'll see. But I just wanted to highlight a couple as you're planning, because it is surprising how fast the holidays are coming. So I want to end with one. We always like to hear your input and your feedback. We have great ways and tools now for you to interact with us. We've been evolving that over the last year or so. And info@lakeway-text.gov is a great way to send your feedback, your comments. That is something that is regularly checked, and we really do react based on the feedback that we receive. So please interact that way. We have our social media, of course. If you haven't checked out Instagram, since this summer, we've been adding a lot of pictures of the things that have been going on in our area. So that's also a great way to keep up with what we're doing. And then, of course, you can always send emails to the city council and the staff here for whatever you need. And I would really encourage you, our staff reacts to your needs. You don't always have to go to city council to get your problem solved. We have a fantastic staff that does respond. And so with that, I'd like to close and say, I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday season. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. It's that time for us to be thankful for all that we have in life and for our family and our friends. And I hope you and your loved ones have a marvelous time. And if don't see you beforehand, have a wonderful new year too.